goddess, crown shattered and body burned, binder of oaths and grudge holder, bearer of justice, but whose? Many secrets do they keep.
Your tale ends here!
Ah! Not quite!
This thing isn't doing the job.
Let us end this! Let us end this! Let us end this!
Magnificent.
Braved out.
General!
Let us end this!
Here you are, nearly at the heart of the world.
Full of surprises, aren't you?
Braved out, Elon.
Finish them!
Are you ready to take the oath? How did you find it? Another in a string of acts of petty defiance. For all her knowledge, she always preferred spite over reason.
All those lifetimes spent to preserve a single vital secret. I would expect a man to reconsider.
That's the servant down, and the mistress still to go. A good start, worthy of being built upon.
After journeying for lifetimes, I can't imagine his failure, knowing it was all for nothing.
Some point, you have to look at the things your God is telling you to do. He spent his lives, more than any of us will ever know.
I have observed you, Watcher. You have labored at the... And now the gods give you orders and command. The exiled queen, finish the work Theos began. Strengthen Woodica with these souls and allow her to become the most powerful of all the gods. You say that now, but when you're standing...
At your command, the ancient device became your instrument, spinning to life with deafening resonance and gathering up the swirling essence like thread on a great spindle. Exhausted, your consciousness slipping away, your last sight was of the machine, dark and dormant. After coming to and searching for some time, you discovered the route Theos used to enter Sun and Shadow. At your direction, the souls diverted by Theos were guided back to the vessels originally meant for them. But for all the relief that had come to some parents, others only found new grief. Gilded Vale remained under the harsh rule of Lord Radric, who reigned unopposed after the death of his cousin Kolsch. Following the assassinations of Duke Avar Wolfgren and Lady Webb, Defiance Bay was thrown into political upheaval. But order was soon re-established by the Knights of the Crucible, who, despite their depleted numbers, had gained favor in the public eye for their role in the unraveling of the conspiracy surrounding Widewind's legacy, and were quickly reinforced by returning forces from Fleetbreaker Castle. For the Knights, their resurgence marked a return to the tradition as well. The destruction of the machine atop Ter Noaneth spelled the end of the reanimated corpses in Heritage Hill. The Duke's assassination at the apparent hands of an Animancer had caused catastrophic rioting in the streets of Defiance Bay. But those who had escaped the melee and the palace hearings remembered the testimonies of the strange guest who had shown up that day and absolved Animancy, implicating the Leaden Key instead. When the legacy had lifted, people came to see it not as a sign that the riots had been according to the gods' wishes, as Theos had hoped, but as a confirmation that Animancy had never been the source of the problem in the first place. In the town of Deerford, an underground cult dedicated to Scan insinuated itself into the town's institutions. The fortress of Cadnua emerged as a bastion of security in the midst of an untamed land, becoming the envy of every Thane and Earl in Deerwood. The Audra dragon known as the Master Below, her soul now housed in the body of the huntress Fallen Roet, passed out of Deerwood in relative anonymity, her final destination unknown, even to herself. Haravius took his leave of the party and, after his first bath in years, returned to his nomadic lifestyle. Wherever he went, Haravius left behind. Adair chose not to return when the dust settled in. With a flick of his wrist, with both their aim, Kana's inability with Theos Durance used Sagani all of Masuk for you, but at the moment,